Penguin, episode 7. It just gets better and better. And this is what I liked about this episode. Beginning of the episode, you see a young Oz cop. And I like how we get an understanding of how he was as a child. Seeing his mother, who, from what it seems like, she runs numbers. And also seeing his brothers, Jack and Benny. We run into the guy that Oz looked up to, Rex, who at this time is running the neighborhood, boss. And the book that Rex is carrying is the same book that Oz's mom was running numbers in. And in exchange for that, they got money for it. And I also highlight that went back to when Oz alluded to the fact that him and his brothers used to play in that tunnel where they grow bliss at. And me personally, what threw me off about this was like, why are y'all playing hide and seek in a tunnel? I didn't get it at first, but when I saw this scene, it threw me off so bad, because why are y'all playing in pretty much what it seems like it is a sewers? Because I used to work in these. They just making it seem like it's normal. Like, come on, let's just play, just come down. And Oz wasn't going for none. Oz was mad at the fact that, due to the fact of his own deformity, he decided, like, you know what? Y'all gonna have to find your own way home. And as soon as I saw this scene happen, I'm like, it makes sense, because I honestly predicted at this given moment, that's like, that's what happens. Because you have to think about it. It's raining. That's a storm dream that they're currently in. But before we get back to it, Oz go back to the crib like nothing ain't happening. You know, his mama see him and everything. And this also lets me know that Oz is a mama's boy. Oz just want to be up under his mom. He didn't really want to go outside, but his mom forced him to go outside with his brothers. And the type of love that he has for his mom is very unhealthy. And it gives like a needy, clingy sense. There's nothing wrong with loving your mother. I am all for it. But how he was, bro, it gave off a certain type of word. I'm going to say in, and it rhymes with next. That's all I'm going to say. They're on the couch and they're watching a movie. Then we got a little reference on the episode title, Top Hat, Top Hat. But when I saw this, like this clear indication, let me know what went on in that drain. Because at this time, they're still in there. And periodically, Oz will be looking outside, just looking for him and everything. Just looking for him. And again, it just felt like he did that on purpose. It didn't seem like he was doing that on accident. Because if it was me and my brothers, I would make sure they would have got out of there. Like, yeah, they might have made me mad, but I wouldn't put in no type of danger. Like, that just giving too much weird. Then after the flashback, we got Oz getting back to the apartment. Hey, my boy good. He's straight. That's all I'm glad for. Because I didn't think he was going to wake up. I was like, oh my God. My heart dropped in my stomach. But besides that, he tells Vic after he gets the ball on his feet, like, hey, I'm going to need you to go find me an army. And then when Sal gets back, Sal on BS because, you know, you got rid of my son. You got rid of my wife. So now I just don't care at this point. And this is another scene that I enjoyed, honestly. Just the whole dynamic between it, because Oz's mom, Frances, was on BS. Like, she was on her head talking about, like, my son know how you move, know what you do, understand y'all, observe y'all, study y'all. He 2 steps ahead. And you could tell Sophia was, in a way, uncomfortable with that. But what also tripped me out was when the subject of her sons came up, she got triggered by it to the point where she knew that, oh, she's mentally ill. And when I saw this scene right here, too, I had him dead to rights. Like, oh, my God, they got the operation, so, you know, it's over with. When I saw Buddy and he did that, I was like, oh, yeah, it's not going to be that easy. And when I saw this scene, I was expecting this to be just, you know, tussling. Then, you know, somebody comes out on top. Whole time, he just falls out. Because at this moment, he realizes, I just outdid another crime boss. A crime boss who 9 times out of 10 really sat there and always used to make him feel small off screen within those 10 years, as he's been in crime. Then we got Sophia going through her own trauma, which I liked because it was subtle with it. Because at this time, she got to go back to the orphanage because the little girl that she left is starting to talk. So now in this moment, she has to cover up her tracks. And this whole time, Sophia is trying to, like, pretty much like, hey, there's nothing wrong with what you're feeling. She's trying to manipulate the little girl, be a narcissist. And in this moment, watching this, she's trying to relate to her, but she's doing it in the most horrible way. And after the fact, Sophia breaks down. She cries because she sees herself in her shoes when she was in Arkham. And then we see Sophia have a moment with the whole Oz ordeal. Because Oz calls her and he be like, hey, you can be my mom, I'll give you an operation, and that's how everything goes. Because Oz know that deep down Sophia wants power. She was promised that by her father before everything that she went through happened. And with Sophia going through a moment of PTSD, having a panic attack, the doctor asks her what does she want, and she wants to make Oz hurt. Because she has experienced a lot of frustration from Oz, and all this stems back from 10 years, and she has been marinated on this, on top of the fact what has been going on in this current series. So in this moment, they got a car coming. Oz trying to set up an ambush. And what I liked about it was in that moment, my heart was beating. I was like, man, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Because this is clearly suspense. Because you don't know who's in this car. You thinking it's Sophia in this car, his mom. And at this given time, they're on the phone with each other. Lord have mercy. Anytime I see this woman, I'm scared. But at the same time, I'm attracted. Let's stay on topic. And I'm not going to lie. When he was finna open that trunk, I really thought it was going to be his mom at the back. But the whole time it wasn't. Guess what it was? A bomb. The whole time you had Francis was a doctor. And it felt so easy. Like if I was Oz in that situation, I would be expecting my mom to be in the back of that truck. The bomb ends up going off. Then you see an explosion within the street. So that lets me know. With that going on, I saw that. I was like, yeah, Batman finna really stick his nose in that. Part 2 finna go crazy. Because I could clearly tell that's going to be a plot point in the next movie that's coming out. And then we get a subtle flashback back to where his mom is just going to the PTSD. And like, I remember him talking about how after what happened to his brothers, his mom and him went dancing, and his mom was just like really banking on Oswald's future because she wanted something better in her life. But my thing is, you should do that on your own, not on your son, because that's put unnecessary pressure on him. And at the same time, this is unhealthy attachment to a mother figure. But besides that, Oz wakes up, and in this moment, dazed and confused, bomb went off, ears ringing. And then we get the attic officer who knocks Oz upside his head, leading him to take Oz back to Sophia in the next episode. And I did not like how they ended it. I want more. Now I gotta wait till Sunday. Now, overall, top tier episode. I can't wait to see the season finale. And when I really sat here and watched this episode, I had the thought of, and what made me think that is the whole reaction of leaving his brothers in those tunnels. Because he was not fazed by it. He did not care. I think he really wanted to be a only child at the end of the day. And I wouldn't be surprised if there were jealousy. And honestly, I would love for DC to continue to use this formula when it comes to their villains, especially including Marvel. I understand Marvel has a formula, but this will make us as an audience understand a villain more and give a build up to when they appear in their respective project. But I'm done. Y'all have a great night.